Okay, B'siyata D'Shmaya, we conclude another week of 5 minutes of Bitachon. Let's hope next week we won't have such issues. So we're in the middle of learning the sidebar benefits of Bitachon, such an incredible and deep idea. We learned yesterday from Rav Volba that the atsamais are bones. Rachmana litzlan karat from kina. And Rav Volba taught us the depth, such a deep explanation. Bones are that which hold up the body. Says Rav Volba, if one is being mikane, if one is jealous, nothing's holding you up. What does it mean nothing's holding you up? It means your whole insides are falling apart. What does it mean your insides are falling apart? It means you're not being yourself. You're so worried about being that guy. You're worried about doing what he wants to do. You're not being you. You're not being the greatest you who you could be. So Bitachon comes along. Bitachon says, you're worried about him? You're worried about being better than that guy? You're being silly. Your bones could rot from jealousy. Bitachon puts it back together, rebuilds our entire body. And now continues the Bais Halevi, Kaminotzel mikol haverois shbin adam lachaveroi beinyane mamain. Now that line, that's a line you put on the banner. This should be the battle cry to learn about Bitachon. How difficult is Parnasa? How challenging are all monetary situations? How often does one have the urge, the lure, the nisayon to cut a corner? No one will outright steal, of course, but to go and try to finagle a little bit, to get from someone else, says the Bais Halevi, when you have Bitachon. And we'll remind ourselves, we're talking about a high level, but everything in its increments. The more Bitachon one has, the less he will try to get from someone else, the less that temptation will be k'may gezel, stealing, vaina, overcharging, cheating, the einshin shall midais v'ribis, and the einish, the punishment of having false weights, of charging interest. On the bottom over here, Rav David Sutton quotes the famous Mishnah in Avos. Eizehu ashir hasaymeach bechelkai. Something we've heard millions of times. Be happy with what you have. We teach it to the kids. We try to show the kids you're happy with what you have and you're a wealthy person. But there's a question, asks Rav Chaim Volozhin. What about the fact that we all know the famous medrash that says someone who has 100 wants 200? So then, how could I be happy with what I have if whatever I have, I automatically want more? Mishu, someone who has 100, I want 200. So I'm happy with 100. But says the Medrash, automatically, when you have 100, you want 200. So it's seemingly this never-ending cycle. So how could I be happy with when I have it, I want more? Asks Rav Chaim Volozhin a deep and penetrating question. Explains Rav Chaim Volozhin, let's understand, what does it mean to be happy with what you have? He says, if someone hits the lottery, someone gets an incredible job, someone gives you a big present, you're ecstatic. You're so happy. But what happens? Over time, you get used to what you have. Over time, you get complacent. Over time, you're no longer feeling that level of euphoric, or that level of euphoria that, wow, I just made so much money. And what happens is, over time, you get used to it. More time, oh, now I'm a wealthy guy. Now I have all of that. And now that's when it kicks in that you want more. Though you have 100, you want 200, says Rav Chaim Volozhin, is the moment of complacency, is the moment that you feel it's mine. But if you never get to that moment, you'll be able to stay on that ecstatic level. You'll be able to maintain the simcha if you stay at the level feeling that it's not mine. So now that when I have bitachon, now that when I realize that every dollar I have is a matana from Hashem, now the more I can internalize, the more I can train myself. I got the bonus. I have a better job. I have more money in the bank account. Complacency. It's mine? No, it's not mine. Why am I becoming complacent? Hashem gave it to me and Hashem will continue giving it to me. Then you'll be able to stay on that level of a Zehu Asher Asomeach Lechalkai. Hopefully, the more we focus on Bitachon, the more we'll be able to reap all these sidebar benefits. B'siyata Tishmaya.